A breathtaking view of the New York City skyline as taken from the Empire State Building. We're coming to you live from Manhattan. Well, the weekend obviously is in full swing, and so is the NBA. Hey, thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke and David Aldridge. And here's a look at some numbers for Barrett.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage, and it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
Well, guys, DeMar DeRozan is a prolific scorer, but he's also a dangerous drive and kick weapon. He said, "I never pay attention to the defender guarding me. I look at the 4 guys behind him and how they react. A lot of times I don't even look to score. I draw 3 or 4 guys and get my teammates open shots." Kevin?
Great vision, David. Thank you. And a look at the starters for San Antonio. It's Aldridge at the power forward with Pirtle at center. White is out there with Murray, and it's DeRozan in at the 3 slot. And for the Knicks, Randall and Portis patrol the middle. Barrett and Knox are the wingmen, and it's Payton in at the 1 spot. Well, the one thing I love seeing in these early games, seeing the wrinkles that the Stars have added, the new technique or the new move they've added, Doris, during their games they played over the summer.
It feels, Kevin, like if you are not improving over the summer in the NBA, you are falling behind. Case in point, right, is the big men in the NBA. Look at guys like Brook Lopez and Marc Gasol, now able to stretch their game out to 3-point territory. So important to keep growing.
Here's Knox. Payton outside. There's the pass to Barrett. Shot clock at 5. Takes the 13-footer. Knox misses. And here is Murray. He's definitely not pleased how he played against Philadelphia. Pirtle's shot is off. Here's Knox. Shoots from 14. It's rebounded by Aldridge. Here are the Spurs with the ball. Here's DeRozan. And DeRozan throws it down hard.
DeMar DeRozan says, "I've got a little showman in me." My goodness gracious, sets the crowd on fire with that one.
First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Payton passes to Knox. Floats one. Randall. A rebound by the Spurs. Last time they met was in San Antonio.
And the last time these two met, they were able to get a big win because of that bench production. Second unit might be a factor in this one as well.
Certainly something to keep an eye on. We'll see how the rotations go this time out. Every night it seems to be different. Here's Knox after the basket by San Antonio. And White with the block. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by White. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The fadeaway, and Barrett gets it to go.
An effective mid-range scorer. Barrett excels at finding openings in the defense and capitalizing.
Passes it to Pirtle. Outside DeRozan. Here's Aldridge. Randall with some nice D. For New York, they've gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. Knox misses.
You know, he might want to think about deferring for a while. He's had his chances this quarter, but just not able to convert.
And Murray, here we go. Can't cash in from close range.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
Barrett, no good. Last outing for San Antonio, it was a loss to the 76ers in Philadelphia.
And defensively in that one, they needed to come up with big stops to quiet that crowd, and that's obviously easier said than done.
I'll tell you this, it looked like they wanted to get out of town as quickly as possible. The problem is their defense went with them.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for San Antonio. And it's White missing. Here's Randall. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And a breakout season for Julius Randle in 2018-19. Averaged close to 20 and 10, delivering on the talent that saw him taken 7th overall back in 2014.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. Greg, the Lakers allowed Julius Randle to leave in restricted free agency in 2018 so they could preserve some of their cap space.
I mean, his defense still lags behind, but offensively, well, he is special. The lefty, tough to deal with inside.
Both free throws good from Randle. Here's Murray. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Outside Aldridge. Tries it from 19. It's rebounded by Portis.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Right now trying to get into a rhythm, but so far this quarter, boy, he is struggling to make anything go down. Unselfishness can be infectious. Terrific teamwork.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Payton passes to Knox. Back to Payton. Some nice passing by New York here. Sinks the triple. Barrett's got 5.
Well, what you want to see from Elfrid Payton are floor general skills on full display. Finds the open teammate. Nice.
Now here's Murray. And the dunk by DeRozan.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. Knicks trail by 3. Payton the bounce pass. The 15-footer. And it's sent back by Aldridge. In transition, here come the Spurs. White's running. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Way ahead of the field. He can do pretty much whatever he wants.
Big time play right there, showing the activity and ability to impact this game.
Here's Knox. DeRozan defending, and Portis throws it down.
Really good patience from Kevin Knox, understanding how to deliver a pass on time and on target.
And Murray, here we go.
Gives the team such a great element, having a 1 guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Well, you love it, Kevin. Fearless, aggressive, leaving no doubt whatsoever.
Payton kicks to Barrett. And Pirtle sends it back.
Very hard to get a shot off over Jakob Poeltl when he's that tight on you. Too much size, too much length.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
And so it's New York with it, following the bucket by the Spurs. Pass to Knox. Rebound, San Antonio. Aldridge has got his 5th rebound in this one.
With him scoreless in the latter part of this one, it's awfully hard to come back.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Now Peyton. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Pass to Knox. Out to Peyton. Clock at 6. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. You look at the Spurs. They've had a very slow start to the season so far, down in the bottom half of the conference.
And, you know, right now for San Antonio, so far it looks like the adjustments they made in the offseason aren't going to produce the desired effect.
And remember, this was a team that had talked about the importance of getting off to a quick start. This has been a worst-case scenario. Their confidence looks shaken.
And in a league that's obsessed with threes and layups, LaMarcus Aldridge defying the trend, really feasting on a steady diet of mid-range jumpers.
First one falls for him. And that turnaround jumper of Aldridge's. Greg, just impossible to defend.
Long arms, that high release point, when it's falling, well, we saw him give OKC 56. This man can take over.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Bobby Portis. Morris comes in for Kevin Knox. And Smith's subbed in for Peyton. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
This is what makes him a challenge to stop. He will beat you from the floor, and he can also beat you from the line.
Smith, the pass to Morris. Kicks it to Robinson. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game. Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
And the Knicks with possession here. Trailing by 13. And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
It's common to see wing players improve their perimeter shooting in the league, but DeMar DeRozan's most striking growth has been his ball handling and playmaking. He's been dynamic with the ball in his hands.
Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for Randall. The Spurs also changing it up. Bellinelli, he's checked in for White, and it's Mills in for DeJounte Murray. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession. Well, Greg DeRozan watching a ton of films of guys like Andre Miller and Sam Cassell operating in the pick and roll.
Not only that, Kevin, to strengthen his left hand, he'd use it for daily activities like writing, leaving no stone unturned to become an expert initiator.
Now, here's Bullock. 5 on the clock. Robinson dishes to Morris.
And the wingspan of Gay helps alter shots. Terrific at just pestering scores.
And it goes out of bounds. That one is off Smith. Let's use this break in the action to show you the teams that in the last 10 games have been the NBA's best fast break teams. Second, the Knicks.
I mean, no doubt for me that they've hit their stride the last few weeks. I mean, they are punishing the defenses with that up-tempo style.
Inside, here's Aldridge. Robinson with the block.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
New York, no good that time either.
Listen, we know the mid-range game is in this guy's arsenal, but you wonder, should he have moved it just one pass more?
It's taken away by Smith. And pushing it up, here's New York. Here's Bullock. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one on DeRozan. And the sharpshooter, Reggie Bullock. Took some time for him, Greg, here in the NBA, but, you know, he's going to shoot it.
Bullock has always been a consistent threat from outside, and that is why this team loves him. It doesn't offer too much else, but he can open up some room inside with that ability to hit from deep.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good. Bullock. It's interesting, Doris, to see how these NBA players that come into the league looking one way physically and they leave looking another way. They change their bodies over the course of their careers.
Kevin, you talked about this earlier. These players commit to their season over the course of 365 days. Virtually no offseason. Think about the reigning MVP, Giannis Antetokounmpo, who adds 50 pounds of muscle from the time he enters the NBA. Or the other side of the equation, right? A Yusuf Nurkic or a Marc Gasol who drop weight, Kevin, to enhance their quickness and their stamina. These guys are so committed.
They are. Bellinelli gets the bucket.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Now, here's Bullock. He averages about 5 points a game. And there's the pass to Gibson. Bullock with it. Smith for 3. It's rebounded by Aldridge. Aldridge has got 6 rebounds in the game.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Shots good by Mills.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
No doubt, Greg. On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
Here's Bullock following the three-pointer by San Antonio. Morris outside. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Well, he tries to answer with a 3 of his own and can't do it. You can't get caught up in the one-on-one aspect.
And Bellinelli kicks to Aldridge. Back to Bellinelli. To the inside. That one doesn't go. And New York will come the other way.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
Spurs leading by 16. It's DeRozan with the drive. And finished off by DeRozan.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end, Greg. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Here's Bullock after the basket by San Antonio. Back to Smith. Will it go? It's hauled in by LaMarcus Aldridge. Aldridge has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here's DeRozan, and he drops in the layup off the glass. DeRozan's got 12 in the game.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Knicks trail by 20. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Bullock kicks to Morris. Gibson against DeRozan. Nice D from DeRozan.
Well, that's a case where a guy's trying to make a play, trying to take it up strong, but the defense was ready.
Out left to the wing. Here's Aldridge. Not really his range, and it's off target.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
And so it's Mills who will bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. It's an 18-point game. Here's Aldridge. They get it again. Passes to Bellinelli. Down low. Second shot opportunity. Robinson with the block. And here's Bullock from the arc. DeMar DeRozan grabs the board. San Antonio leading by 18. And Reggie Bullock gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And the Spurs with some changes. Trey Lyles comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And Damari Carroll subbed in for Bellinelli. Here's Lyles. That misses off the backboard.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
That boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes. What a big-time asset defensively.
Now here's Gibson. 6 on the shot clock. Morris takes the elbow jumper and drains it.
Marcus Morris money in the mid-range.
San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Pass to Carroll. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And there it is for him.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Knicks trail by 18. And here's Smith. Not a good performance from him in that loss to Philadelphia. From deep. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's DeMar DeRozan making highlights for the San Antonio Spurs. Scoring, rebounding, he was all over the place during that quarter. They are riding his performance right now. Back right after this. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Spurs team out there.
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
Here's Mills. He's coming off a 10-point game against the 76ers in Philadelphia. On the court right now for the Spurs. DeRozan the 2 with Carroll at the 3. Rudy Gay is out there with Lyles. And it's Mills in at the point.
Just terrific communication between teammates. DeRozan times his leap to perfection, and the pass was perfect.
Smith right side. Shoots over Mills. Smith, no luck.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
Boy, he's been unconscious this quarter. I love the confidence he's playing with.
Morris outside. He can't get that one. Gay with the defensive effort. San Antonio leading by 22.
Well, the Knicks knew that offense would be an area for improvement coming into the season.
Well, Greg, they were dead last in offense in several metrics last year, most notably field goal percentage. So some of it is personnel, some of it is shot selection.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love, Greg, is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Here's Bullock following the score by DeMar DeRozan. Smith feeling it out a bit. Outside Robinson. Back to Bullock. Shoots over Lyles. New York, no good that time either. The Spurs have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Here's Carroll. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
And, Greg, you know this. It's not easy building a lead on the road, but this team has been lights out throughout the game.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And 74%, so-so. He probably wouldn't mind seeing it a little bit higher.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Portis, he's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. Randall comes in for Taj Gibson. Barrett's checked in for Reggie Bullock. And it's Elfrid Payton in for Dennis Smith. And that one misses. Doris, you graduated as your college's all-time assist leader. Talk about some of the key traits of a great playmaker.
I think historically speaking, when we think about great lead guards, Kevin, we talk about unselfishness, vision, patience. Who are the players that make their teammates better? Though probably the one underrated aspect of a point guard to me, Kevin, is communication. Are you constantly looking for opportunities to communicate to your teammates, make them feel good about themselves, give them confidence? That, to me, is probably the most underrated aspect of it.
And Doris, when you played, you took such great pride in each and every one of those things.
I did. I love trying to make my teammates better. It feels great to make somebody feel good.
Shots good by Lyles.
You can see he just has a great overall feel for this game. Excellent job tonight.
And that's been his role pretty much from the opening tip. Get the ball to guys where they can score it.
And it's the Knicks with the ball after the basket by San Antonio. Here's Portis, and good that time. Portis has got his second bucket tonight. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Murray against Payton. Here's Gay. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got 6 assists now in the game.
Love watching Gay stroke it from there. His in-between game is strong, measures it perfectly.
And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for New York. Teardrop shot, misses the layup.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Gay left side. It's stolen by Morris. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. He's on target from 8 feet out. Morris has got his second basket of the game.
They are just killing them on the interior.
The Spurs have gotten all but one of their 7 shots in the second quarter to drop. Pretty impressive. Murray, the pass to Lyles.
And let's check out a breakdown looking at some data for White.
How last month turned out for him? He's putting up about 8 points a game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. I mean, the numbers aren't bad on their own, but he knows that he can help this team in a bigger way.
And sometimes it comes down to the flow of the offense. One night it's your night, another night perhaps it's somebody else's.
He's off on the first. Doris, it seems like Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner, is one of the most well-liked commissioners in all of sports worldwide. Why do you think that's so?
Well, I think he was amongst the most important members of the staff of his predecessor, David Stern, who obviously oversaw the greatest growth in NBA history. The NBA became a global game. But Adam Silver didn't skip a beat. He is a great listener, a great communicator, and I've said this about the NBA for a very long time. It is a league that is in constant self-evaluation process. It is always looking for ways to improve the league, whether that means organizationally or with the play between the lines, and that's all you can ask for, Kevin.
Payton outside. 6 to shoot. Over Murray. Payton can't get it to go.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
Portis brings the double team. Pirtle kicks to Carroll. Again, the miss by the Spurs. The Knicks have gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Just 3 of 9. Murray against Payton. New York moving it around. Randall surveying the D. From deep three-point range. That shot off the mark.
Terrific closeout there to challenge the 3.
It may be the hardest thing to do in basketball. Close under control, and he's more than up to the task.
Here's White. Here's Pirtle. Second chance shot. Lays it up and banks it in.
Well, the hard work on the offensive glass pays off for Jakob Poeltl. Like to see that mindset from the big man. Goes back up strong as soon as he gets his hands on the basketball.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, we all know that circumstances and time changes everything. In Dallas, Dennis Smith Jr. thought he was going to be the cornerstone. But with the arrival of Luka Doncic, everything changed. The promising point guard was traded to the Knicks, and Smith said it was important. It's a big opportunity, and I've just got to make the most of it. Kevin, we know one thing in New York, the ball is back in Smith's hands.
And DA, that's when he is at his best. Thank you.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Barrett. And Greg, talking to scouts about R.J. Barrett, they love the athleticism. But what makes him especially good is the work ethic and the confidence.
Yes, some elite prospects will take plays off. This guy never does. He's not one that sits around and reads his press clippings. He's a warrior, a leader, and he's proven to be a winner.
Now, here's Lyons. Here's Murray. Here's Pirtle, the second effort. It's rebounded by New York.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through. And Randall throws it down.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Carroll, no one around him. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Randall finds Payton. It's over Carroll. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Guys, I like that strength on display from Elfrid Payton. Sticks with it despite getting bodied up.
Marcus Aldridge is checked in for San Antonio. Well, you look at the length of Knox, Doris, his arm span, his frame. He can be a handful.
No doubt. Kevin Knox is able, because of that frame you talked about, to shrug off contact and muscle through most players. His reach allows him to be disruptive on the defensive end. So in terms of the physical metrics, you love what this guy brings to the table.
Payton up top. He's covered by Murray. Randall against Aldridge. Shot clock at 6. Randall no good.
Listen, he can make that shot right there, but I do know they have other options they can go to.
To the middle. Double team on Aldridge. Here's Pirtle. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts.
Well, this is the expectation for Jakob Poeltl. His scoring in the post has to be there for him.
Pass to Barrett. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Payton's got 4 assists in the game.
Well, offensively, this guy has been cooking. They're definitely not losing because of him.
Now here's Murray. He's got 6. Now the pass to Pirtle. To the inside. Here's Aldridge. Randall with some nice D.
It's amazing the success they've had with him shooting this way. 0 for the night.
Knox. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got 8 rebounds in this game.
He's so frustrated. Hasn't had a make all game. It's making it very difficult for them to find any success.
Now here's Murray. Right side Aldridge. It's stolen by Randall. And a fast break now for the Knicks. Randall's running. Pull-up jumper. They grab their own miss. Out to Payton. High arcing shot. Just 5 to shoot. Knocks the pass to Portis. And stolen by Aldridge. Here's Bellinelli. Misses from short range. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jakob Poeltl. That's foul number 2 for him. So for the Knicks, Mitchell Robinson comes in for Bobby Portis. And it's Dennis Smith in for Elfrid Payton. And San Antonio with the change here too. Mills is checked in. Here's Smith. Trying to get open is Robinson. And it's sent back by Aldridge. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. The Italian Marco Bellinelli, one of the league's best sharpshooters, and Greg very comfortable shooting on the move.
He always seems to be floating one way or the other on his shot. It wouldn't work for most shooters, but he uses it to evade the D.
And that one falls for Bellinelli. Doris, such an honor to be on this with you. And you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst, breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career in what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder than you.
Thanks, Kev.
San Antonio leading by 20. Now Mills. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Here's Poeltl. The shot, no good. So New York will take it the other way. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
And it's Mills with the ball for San Antonio. That one falls. Mills has got 5 now.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Here's Smith following the bucket by the Spurs. Bounce pass Robinson. Here's Barrett. And no good. Trying to use the glass. San Antonio's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. And Mills kicks to Poeltl. The rebound by Gibson.
Well, it hasn't been the most efficient game for this guy, but their team is fortunate to still be out in front.
1:22 left to play in the first half. Smith right side. Latre. Rebounded by the Spurs. Poeltl's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. And the basket by DeRozan.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Passes it to Gibson. Smith outside. Back to Gibson. Throws it up high. Just 5 on the clock. Mills with the steal. Here's Aldridge. And the layup's good off the glass.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Smith, the pass to Barrett. There's 25 seconds left in the first half. But they'll get another chance. Robinson passes to Smith. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson.
Not only can Smith take contact inside, he's willing to initiate it. That's a great aspect to his game.
Now here's Mills. On the wing, DeRozan. The three. And so it's San Antonio, finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot. Rudy, it looked like you guys found your old identity in the first half tonight.
Yeah, that's the way we played last season. Our defense was our staple, and that's all we have to do. We have to go out here and play defense every night, and this is a good start for us.
Let's see if you can stay true to yourself in the second half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, can't tell you how much it means to us to have you back with us on the halftime show on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. Means the world, doesn't it?
Miss you.
Yeah.
So big.
DeMar DeRozan brought his A game early tonight. He had 20 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. Kenny, what was your take on San Antonio?
When DeRozan gets it cranked up, this team flourishes. Strong off the dribble, really hard to check in ISOs, and when you do body up to him, he finds a way to draw fouls.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on New York?
Well, first of all, as cold as they've been from the floor, I can't say I'm surprised by the score. You cannot shoot the ball that poorly and expect to be in the game, man. They need better ball movement. If their offense stays this stagnant, they can forget about a comeback.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. A fantastic game from DeMar DeRozan so far.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end, and boy, this young guy has done just that.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. And New York, looking at who they've got, Knox and Randall, they're the forwards. Alfred Payton is out there with Barrett. And it's Portis in at the center, filling out the middle. No one near Payton as he lets it go. DeRozan with the rebound. DeRozan's got 5 rebounds tonight. And White kicks to Pirtle. It's stolen by Barrett. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Knox misses. And San Antonio shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Yeah, easy call.
The Spurs have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops.
And now, in his second year of coaching the Knicks, David Fizdale putting more of a stamp on this team, changing the mindset of the franchise.
Well, the New York Knicks hired David Fizdale to steer the ship with a group of young players. And I want you to think back to where he earned his stripes. That was with the LeBron James and Dwayne Wade championship Miami teams. So he knows culture and he knows winning.
And so it's New York with it. Payton with the ball. Pass to Knox. Poked loose. And it's out of bounds to the Knicks as New York retains possession. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Spurs. On Monday, they'll go up against LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers. And then on Wednesday, the Minnesota Timberwolves will come into town.
And if I'm this team, I'm looking at this as a barometer to see how we stack up against some of the top teams in the league. They'll have to be at their best. But if they come out of this with some success, I think it'll build momentum for the rest of the run.
White dishes to Aldridge. That one's not going to go. Randall with some nice D. He kicks it to Payton. Outside Portis. Here's Randall. Knocked away.
Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Julius Randle picks one up.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
For San Antonio, they have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And so LaMarcus Aldridge nails them both. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question, Greg. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Now here's Murray after R.J. Barrett's miss. The 10-footer. Pirtle's shot is off.
Well, I guarantee you this is not what they talked about in the locker room. 0 for 3 and looking lost.
Payton passes to Barrett. Pass to Knox. Just 5 to shoot. That shot, no good.
He is just not taking smart shots out there. A pattern he has fallen into tonight.
It's stolen by Barrett. Offensive rebound. Well, some great passers have come into the league this season. Let's see which rookies are tops in assists. R.J. Barrett, 4th.
A number of gifted passers entering the NBA this season, and he's right up there among the very best. I like what I've seen from him as a distributor.
And that one misses. And for a lot of these kids, Greg, it's interesting how quickly teams expect them to get up to speed. Case in point, R.J. Barrett.
Yeah, I mean, he had only the 1 year of college, already being asked to produce. Fortunately, he's very mature for his age and generally plays up to the level of competition.
Good on the second free throw.
Born in Toronto, Barrett joins a talented group of Canadians who have entered the NBA ranks.
Murray, no good.
Boy, yet another missed opportunity here. Whatever they talked about at halftime, it's not working. Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
Now here's Murray. He has 6. Outside, White. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got his 7th assist here tonight.
And buckets like that have been hard to come by. Not the most exciting game. Both sides look way off in terms of their shooting.
Well, you have to appreciate the defensive battle for sure. Both squads struggling on the offensive end. We call this grit and grind.
Here's Portis. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Barrett kicks to Portis. Shot from the wing. Here's Randall, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
And let's check out some stats. Here are the numbers for Barrett. He's putting up about 14 points a night, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds. Well, fans of this team will take this kind of production from him without hesitation.
I'll tell you, he has been a solid contributor. They have called his number, and he has delivered for them.
That free throw missing. The Knicks making a switch here. Morris is checked in. Trey Lyles checked in for San Antonio. He doesn't get the second one. And it's DeRozan with the ball for San Antonio. In the second half, they've only given up one basket coming from the free throw line. Now here's Murray. He's got 6 at the top of the key. Gay. From the top of the key, he buries it. Gay's got 6 points.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
The Knicks shooting only 21% from the field so far. Now here's Barrett. Guarded closely. Payton against Lyles. Gay with the block.
You got to respect those long arms of Gay. I mean, superb at swatting shots away, put those big hands.
And making his return from the ACL tear, DeJounte Murray, long, athletic, and young. He still has a very bright future.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Murray. And Murray winning second team all defense in 2018. And Greg, at that time, he was only 21.
And that's been his strong suit. If he can hit perimeter shots consistently, he can be a star.
Damari Carroll's checked in for the Spurs. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, before he became a head coach in Memphis and New York, David Fizdale spent 8 seasons as an assistant under Eric Spoelstra in Miami. Now, Spo said he's a brilliant basketball mind that has exceptional gold standard level communication skills. One of the most talented coaches I've been around. So, Kevin, Fizdale is highly respected.
David, he sure is. Great reputation. Now getting his shot. Thank you so much. Can they get it? And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Now, Elfrid Payton is unafraid of contact. Really good job drawing the defense and making them pay.
For New York, they have shot the ball pretty well from the line, going 8 of 11. That's good from Payton. Greg, Elfrid Payton's continued to improve his game, and so far, so good.
Yeah, a marked improvement in long-range percentage. Good size and defensive potential as well. He's knocking down shots. We might have something in Elfrid Payton.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
I think Elfrid Payton has exciting potential. He's got unbelievable defensive instincts and work habits. He just needs to develop a little bit more on the offensive end.
Now here's Carroll. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. 5 on the clock. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way. And for the Knicks, they're shooting a dismal 20% for the game.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Knocks it loose, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Gay. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at New York, They're down in 9th place so far, still early in the season.
Well, I think for New York, if the season were to end today, they'd find themselves right in the playoff hunt. That's some serious progress for a team that struggled so much of last year.
Now, here is Morris. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Here's Murray. It's rebounded by New York. Randall's got 7 rebounds in the game. With the floater, and it's White with the rebound. White's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Murray. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Murray's gone 4 of 8 from the floor, 50% on the night. Payton looking it over. To the paint. Here's Barrett. Misses off the left iron. On offense, here are the Spurs. They've got a 13-2 run going. Here's Lyles. The Knicks pull it in. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. The pull-up. That shot misses. And New York will come the other way. And here is Morris. He dishes it to Barrett. It's hauled in by Lyles. Spurs shooting well, 50% from the floor. Here's Carroll. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. Carroll's gone 2 of 4 from the field. Payton the bounce pass. The pass to Randall. Fades away. And the shot is long.
What a brutal night for this guy, and it is having a ripple effect throughout the team. This is tough.
No good from Gay.
And the timing just not there on that attempted alley-oop.
Just a missed connection, and it happens. I'm sure they will go back to it if given the opportunity.
So for the Knicks, Robinson's checked in for Bobby Portis. Reggie Bullock comes in for Barrett. And Smith subbed in for Elfrid Payton. And San Antonio with the change here too. Mills, he's checked in for DeJounte Murray. Randall against Gay. Randall dishes to Bullock. Back to Randall. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. We've seen him miss a couple from the line so far, going 2 for 4.
72% at the line this season. He has yet to set himself apart in that department.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
First one falls for him. The Spurs making a switch here. Bellinelli's checked in. Both free throws good from Randall. The Spurs shooting a troubling 38% in the third. Not the finest work of this offense. Here's Mills. He's got 5. Passes it to Lyles. And it's blocked. Randall passes to Bullock. Robinson down low. Lyles there. Off with the layup. Here's San Antonio. They're on a 15-4 run right now. Here's Mills. Nobody near Gay. Connects from 3-point range. Gay's got 5 points in the quarter.
In overtime, Gay has gotten better from beyond that arc. I love seeing him shoot the ball with confidence from deep.
Now Smith. He's provided them with some scoring punch and is averaging 13 points a game. And that one hits back iron. And San Antonio shooting at 50% in a decent groove. Now here's Bellinelli. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Pass to Mills. There's the triple. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
You know, the D giving him a little bit of space beyond the three-point line, and that's all the room he needs.
And so it's New York with it. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Out of bounds, Knicks ball as New York keeps possession of it. Taj Gibson's checked in for New York. The Spurs also with the sub. Aldridge is checked in. Bullock with it. Back to Smith. In the corner, it's Morris. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Inside. And finished off by Gay.
Yeah, and I just like the show of force there from Gay. Not settling for the simple layup, but showing his dominance, trying to intimidate with that slam.
And so it's New York with it, following the bucket by the Spurs. Here's Bullock. And he can't stop the run as he misses. San Antonio's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Here's Gay. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Morris kicks to Bullock. Back to Morris. Out to Smith. Morris outside. 6 on the shot clock. And again, it's the Knicks missing.
Not a whole lot going down for him at this point. He just can't buy a break.
Carroll dishes to Gay. Back to Carroll. 13 feet away. The rebound by Gibson. And here's Gibson. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. Bullock with it. Aldridge is there. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And here's a look at the stats for Robinson. How his last 10 games have gone. He's around 6 points per game, 10 rebounds, and just over 2 blocks. Well, fans of this team will take this kind of production from him without hesitation.
I tell you, he has been a solid contributor. They have called his number, and he has delivered for them.
Free throw good. Bullock. Kevin Knox is checked in for Morris. Pirtle, he's checked in for San Antonio. And so Bullock nails both of them. San Antonio's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. On the wing, Bellinelli. Shoots over Bullock. The shot by Bellinelli. No good. New York's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Smith for 3. That shot off. The Spurs shooting down near the 40% mark since halftime. They've been slow getting going. Back to Mills. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Mills has got 5 points in the quarter.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
New York, no good that time either.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Aldridge finds Bellinelli. 50 seconds left here in the third quarter. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Taj Gibson picks one up.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Spurs have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Aldridge.
Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the second half.
DeMar DeRozan. He's checked in for Bellinelli. And so LaMarcus Aldridge nails them both.
And as a team, they're hovering around the high 80s from the free throw line. They've gotten better as the game has gone along, which is exactly what you want to see.
Now here is Smith. Nails the baby hook. Smith's got his second basket.
Well, to me, this is where Dennis Smith Jr. is most dangerous. Inside, using that combination of athleticism and strength.
Gay outside. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. The 8-footer tried to bank it in, but he misses.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
And love seeing Gay get out there in transition, a huge threat to score when he's running the floor.
And so it's San Antonio, able to put on a show for the ages. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. We come back right after this. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
And, Greg, nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the court right now for the Spurs, Gay and Aldridge are up front. Then it's Johnson, and it's Walker in at the 2. And the dunk by Walker.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Here's Trier after the basket by San Antonio. Down low. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
A lot of people look at that general manager position with the team. I think it grows with some organization, maybe shrinks in importance with others. But by and large, it is more stable than coaching, isn't it? That position of being a GM.
Yeah, and I think, Kevin, if you were to ask coaches, one of the things I've heard sort of thrown out there as an idea is when you list the head coach's record, why not list the GM's record as well? Because the reality is success in the NBA is contingent on so many things. What's your ownership like? What kind of front office personnel? Have they made great decisions? Do you have the best possible coaching comparative to the talent on your roster? So much contributes to winning, Kevin.
Here's Dotson following the basket by LaMarcus Aldridge and the dunk by Robinson.
Oh, such a beautiful pass to set that one up.
Yeah, the pass might have been pretty, but the finish was angry. Now, here's Walker. Right wing. Here's Forbes. Misses the three, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. Dotson kicks to Ellington. Here's Trier. Dotson in the corner. Clock at 6. Offline with his three. Spurs have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Here's Ellington, and it's sent back by Aldridge. Johnson attacking, and then Johnson with the dunk.
Oh, fellas, that was a vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. And here is Ellington. Outside Robinson. Pass to Trier. No good. Shot missing. And it's the Spurs taking it the other way. Here's Walker. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Doris, in 2004, the Charlotte Bobcats became the NBA's 30th team. When do you think we're going to see another team added, whether it's an expansion or even multiple expansion cities?
Well, let's go directly to the most important source, and that's Commissioner Adam Silver, who has said that expansion is inevitable, but right now not a huge priority. So, you know, listen, we've heard Seattle is on the short list of cities that wants to get a team, and what a great city, what a great NBA fan base. I hope someday we get back to Seattle.
So much history up there. You're correct. Lyles check in for Rudy Gay. And there's the foul. It's on Trey Lyles. That's his first foul. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. To the inside. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Well, you talk about a player who is a consummate pro. Taj Gibson.
No doubt. Taj is a guy who has always approached the game from a veteran standpoint. He's a great leader, great defensive player, and in between the lines and out, you can count on Taj Gibson.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
First free throw is good.
Well, Taj Gibson is a pro's pro. The rugged power forward is known for his consistency. You can count on this guy game in and game out.
And both free throws good from Gibson. Doris, you and I are faced with this a lot, voting for the MVP. Great stats versus winning. Where do you stand on that when you vote for the league MVP?
Well, winning could be the definitive line if I have 2 candidates who are close. For instance, for me, this last MVP came down to James Harden and Giannis Antetokounmpo, and I took it to the last possible moment. And I could have gone in either direction and been comfortable. Ultimately, I went with Giannis, and the deciding factor came down to he led his team to the best record in the league. It was a difficult vote, but ultimately it's one category which helps tilt me in one direction or another.
And I did too, and what also helped me was just the improvement defensively they had made, and I know Antetokounmpo was a very big part of it.
No, it's a great point. He was a two-way force.
Now, here's Lyles. The shot misses.
Well, this has not been his finest hour, but give your teammates some credit for doing the job of stepping in.
And he's easily been their best rebounder tonight.
He's competed for every missed shot. Feels like he's quicker to the basketball than anyone else out there.
Here is Forbes. Walker in the corner. Shot clock at 5, and it's Lyles in the corner. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Walker's got 3 assists in the game.
You know, he could have looked to score that himself, but in this particular instance, the advantage is playing inside out.
Now, here is Robinson. The pass to Ellington. Here's Dotson. He's guarded by Johnson. Left side, Gibson. Here's Dotson. It's good from about 19 feet. Dotson's got his first bucket of the night. Here's Walker. Doris, we know historically the Celtics, the only franchise to ever have a four-peat, 4 straight championships. Do you think at some point we're going to see another?
I'm not sure there can be in today's NBA, Kevin, and there are a number of different contributing factors. Number one, the salary cap implications that happen. Number two, look at the Golden State Warriors, who were well positioned for a three-peat. And yet, as you know, luck plays a small part in an NBA championship, luck relative to injuries. You see Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant both get lost in the midst of an NBA Finals.
True.
This is it's challenging enough to go back-to-back. Forget about four-peat.
Free throws good, Lyles. And New York making a change here. Randall's checked in. Good on both.
And they're doing a very good job at the line this half.
New York's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Deep 2 from Trier. That's good on the jump shot. Trier's got 5 points now in the quarter. Spurs have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Now Lyles. Back to Forbes. Jacks up a 3. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Randall. Damari Carroll's checked in for the Spurs. Fires the 3. The shot's good from Forbes. Forbes has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And so it's New York with it. Here's Dotson. And Lonnie Walker picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Of course, here's something kind of interesting. There's been a lot of talk about moving the draft to after free agency. What would that look like?
Well, I think talent is always going to be at a premium. So I would think if there's a guy that's the absolute definitive #1 pick, he's going #1 regardless of roster construction. But the reality is it might help those teams who maybe if they know who's on the roster, it might change the kind of draft selection they would make. So it's an interesting supposition. We'll see if the NBA moves in that direction.
Now here's Johnson. Here's Forbes. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Knicks have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Trier from long range. The rebound by Johnson. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the San Antonio Spurs. The rebound by Gibson. Gibson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Randall passes to Trier.
Yeah, that one put him over the limit, and it's so early that if they're not careful, this could turn into a parade at the free throw line.
And he knocks down the first one. Doris, isn't it interesting that we're seeing some teams with more 3-point attempts than 2-point attempts?
It's incredible, Kevin, that every year over the last decade you see more 3-point attempts across all 30 NBA teams. And think about the Houston Rockets. In each of the last 2 years, the Rockets have actually taken more 3s than 2s. This is the evolution of the game. It is not going anywhere. There's 2 high-valued shots in the league. Restricted area 2s, that means point-blank opportunities at the rim, and 3-point shots. And everything else in between seems to be getting lost.
Here's Johnson. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
Passes it to Randall. Trying to break that ice-cold streak.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
That boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes, what a big-time asset defensively.
Here's Trier. San Antonio with the rebound. Lyles got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here is Forbes. It's Carroll on the wing. Over Morris. And the Spurs scoring again.
You can see how hard DeMar is to guard. I mean, this guy, even with a hand in his face, is able to make tough shots.
Here is Ellington. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Randall passes to Trier. It's good from long range.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time, Greg. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
So it's the Spurs now. After New York gets the 3, Walker dishes to Forbes. 6 to shoot. Pass to Lyles. There's Walker with the 3. They get the rebound. Carroll. Good work defensively by Morris. New York's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. That one goes. Count it. And that's now 10 points for Julius Randle.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
The kick out to Walker. Shoots the 3. He's off on that one. So New York will take it the other way. It's stolen. And here we go. Here's Forbes. The shot's good on the assist by Walker.
All right, defensively now, you've got to find a way to slow this guy down because he's putting it to you.
And turnovers have been the issue for him.
You can see the coaches have gotten into him a little bit about this. They've got to do a better job of taking care of the ball.
To the paint. Randall with the bucket. Randall's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, so great when your offense produces a shot that close to the rim. The rest of the work becomes easier.
Walker the pass to Carroll. Over Morris. Morris with the block.
Well, Marcus Morris, the frame and the length to block shots. That's pretty.
The Knicks have gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the 4th. That's about 43%. Oh, wow.
Oh, he's putting on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Now, here's Walker. Pass to Lyles. Or some of these players are making more money on endorsement deals than on their NBA contracts. I mean, I just shake my head at that, don't you?
It's an amazing time in which we live because the power of social media and the understanding of today's athlete that their brand is significant and that their brand extends outside of the lines of competition. You see so many men who have overseas opportunities, whether you're talking Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Donovan Mitchell. They understand the power of the face and the talents they bring to the table. Truly, truly remarkable young men.
Remarkable indeed. Now here's Carroll. Following the miss by Julius Randle, just 4 to shoot. It's stolen by Morris.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Spurs.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief 2-gamer.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for DeMar DeRozan.
They simply can't stop him right now. This guy playing with passion and focus.
The Knicks making a switch here. Robinson's checked in. There's 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Shot clock at 6. Here's Trier. Off the left rim and out.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert.
Johnson. Back to Forbes. Spurs working the ball around now. Aldridge double teamed. Here's Walker, and Walker throws it down.
Well, they knew it would be a hostile environment, and they rose to the challenge.
And sometimes, Greg, when everyone's rooting against you, it seems to bring the unit closer together. It certainly did tonight.
Deep 2 from Trier. Had the space there, but it's offline.
And it didn't fall, but that's the kind of shot they want their offense to create.
You know, it can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the rewards. You just have to stay with it here.
And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thank you. DeMar, we know this team has offensive options, but it looks like there's great confidence defensively now.
Yeah, we have to. That's what we got to do. If we play defense, we know we can score the basketball whenever we want. We just got to get stopped.
Very impressive, DeMar. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.